I just talked to Police Chief Brad Davis about an hour ago, and he confirms that there was an isolated shooting here at Lakefront Estates off West Brown Street in Beaverton. You can see the scene is still pretty active behind me, and he does confirm one person has died. But he wants to put a stop to some social media rumors that there was a mass shooting.
We're taking you straight to that breaking news this morning. The Associated Press and CBS News projecting Donald Trump has won the 2024 presidential election. Early results today show Trump on track to flip Michigan. Michigan Republicans celebrating the news early this morning after Fox News was first to declare the former president as the winner. Plus, James Crumbly and his attorney don't want two possible witnesses to testify in his trial next month. I'm Blake Keller, their argument behind it. And developing now, James Crumbly's attorney is arguing against the testimony of two witnesses during his upcoming trial. For that breaking news that we're learning more about a rather large police scene in Saginaw from overnight. Thanks for joining us here on TV5 Wake Up. It's Monday. I'm Blake Keller.
It's historic. It's the first time in the union's history, 88 years, that it is striking against all three automakers. So yeah, like you said, this is part of their new strategy where certain plants are striking, which one is right now in Detroit, but the one here in Saginaw is not. So we are following breaking news this hour. We now know Flint police are investigating a shooting incident near the MTA building. We do have a first alert weather day. You'll see plenty of road crews out clearing those roads, which actually look to make some improvements from this morning. Meteorologist Matthew Mondro's here though. And how are we looking for the day ahead? Lauren, thank you. Breaking news now, a missing Burton woman was found safe. 20-year-old Monica Latrice Griffin went missing from an adult foster care home. This was news we first brought you earlier this week. Police issuing a missing endangered alert Sunday, saying she had life-threatening medical issues and needed medication. Hitting the jackpot. The winning ticket for last night's massive $842 million Powerball jackpot was bought right here in mid-Michigan at the Food Castle in Grand Blanc. We appreciate you joining us for TV5 News at noon. I'm Blake Keller, in for Colette today. This is the second largest jackpot ever won in Michigan. We have TV5's Lenita Brooks joining us live from Grand Blanc with more on that winning ticket. But we've been covering local leaders and organizations that played a role in the Flint water crisis all morning long. And we take you to the one that's bustling every single day, making sure that families in Genesee County have clean drinking water, food, clothing, and so much more. We have TV5's Lauren Piesco live at the R.L. Jones Community Outreach Center in Flint to share a little bit more. Lauren. Well, in case you missed it, new details that we're learning in the Bay City murder of Justy Stillwell. And heads up, this can have some disturbing details. 40-year-old Robert Tweedley Jr. is charged with the murder by strangulation and dismemberment of 41-year-old Justy Stillwell. And a lot of people, of course, waiting on the results here in Michigan. What do you think about when we'll see maybe the final Michigan tally for the presidential election? So Delta Downtown Saginaw Center offering a free application for federal student aid or FAFSA workshop. Joining us to tell us all about it, we have Grady Holmes. So Grady, thanks for being here. How are you?
Thank you. I'm fine, Blake. Glad to be here.
I'm glad you're here too, because this is really important information. Why is it so important that students fill out their FAFSA forms and write? Flint Community Schools, all buildings closed today after more than 100 teachers called in sick. Thanks for joining us for TV5 News at 9. I'm Blake Keller. But we're here at Warm Beer Farms in Auburn, and I got Justin Morgan next to me, Vice President of Morgan Composting. They are the makers of Dairy Dew. So last week we talked about ways to get a green lawn, Justin. So today we want to talk about getting a shady green lawn.
Yeah.
The good thing is that police say that there have been no deaths or any injuries. So now the focus is on the cleanup. We are bringing you live coverage from Grand Blanc coming up in just a moment. But first, let's turn over to our first alert meteorologist, Matthew Mondro. What are you learning this morning about the storm? And of course, what's next for us, Matthew? Yeah, expect coverage of around 94%, with that number increasing the closer you get to Toledo, which is in the path of totality. Meantime, millions are traveling to the path of totality, including to Indianapolis, where a viewing event is making history. Welcome home.
Cornerback Terrion Arnold is coming home after the Lions made the number 24 pick during a historic day at Detroit at the NFL draft. Detroit certainly showing out for the first day, breaking records, setting that all-time high for the number of fans who made it out. Yeah, thinking about everyone who was in the path of those tornadoes and are affected this morning. Governor Gretchen Whitmer also declaring states of emergency for several different counties. We don't have a clear count yet of how many tornadoes hit, but this is video from Portage in Kalamazoo County, the west side of the state. That's what's left of a strip mall. 6 buildings included an insurance company and pizzeria. The walls and the roofs just ripped apart, trees all down. There's just debris everywhere.
As students return to school, there's a new concern for parents. Is my child's data safe?
It could be laptops, desktops,
Windows, iPads, Chromebooks.
There's no shortage of tech
printers, servers. There's been a lot of shift towards the clouds.
found in school districts across Saginaw and Genesee counties,
We try to teach students appropriate use of technology.
which will help with their education.
It's the world we live in.
How long were you?
Mark Quater is Executive Director of Technology at Saginaw Intermediate School District.
The Saginaw ISD connects 11 of the 12 school districts in Saginaw County.
Luke Whittam is the Assistant Superintendent of Technology and Media Services at Genesee County Intermediate School District.
We have 21 local districts, then we also have some public school academies.
Both in charge of the district's technology with a priority on preventing possible cyber attacks.
But we do understand that threat actors see the school environment as being data rich and resource poor.
Rich and sensitive data that needs to be protected from the following.
Everything from phishing attacks, ransomware, to data breaches.
With one goal,
They could try to get machines infected with ransomware, so they're looking to get into systems to steal data that they think could be valuable.
add artificial intelligence to the mix.
The sophistication of those attacks are getting better.
But they both say you shouldn't worry about your kids' data being stolen.
All school districts in the state are required to have an emergency operations plan.
Multiple forms of backup. We have systems to monitor our overall network. We also train our staff. So we're always doing monthly trainings on cyber-related issues.
School collaborations help guide protection plans.
We understand that we are stronger together, and so that's provided a lot of comfort.
The two also chair the Michigan Education Technology Leaders Group known as METAL.
And METAL has a cybersecurity task force where we've provided resources to school districts so that they can further develop those plans.
And also point to the Michigan Statewide Education Network, or SEN.
Which provides some protections to a very high percentage of schools across the state.
This year, the network implemented new changes which will, quote, prevent district IP addresses from being hijacked through configuration errors or malicious intent.
Plus, AI can also be used as a defense.
And likewise, we're seeing now where the cyber defense companies, they're using AI more and more to help become more sophisticated at being able to detect these attacks.
And don't forget to protect your personal devices too.
Using multi-factor authentication. That's never using the same password for more than one site. And then also you can get software, antivirus, anti-malware.
A free resource called the Michigan Secure app. It's an app that runs on your device and it doesn't collect any information about you. It looks at the patterns of use of what's occurring. It allows you to check web links to see if they're safe.
It seems to be working. Both say there have been no reported cyber attacks at any of the schools they work with. I'm Blake Keller, WNEMTV5.